my channel is based. Welcome back, intellectuals. Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Part some or another, probably 6. Let's start with the node, and then we'll see what's going on in the world.
The Combine core was another new space that needed to stand out from the rest of the environment. We wanted the core to look hot and dangerous, but still be distinct from the fires and the cool blues of the rest of the Citadel. The core became the primary light source in this space, and in conjunction with the white set of Combine materials, we created an extreme contrast to the normally dark values of the Citadel metals.
So yeah, the difference between this area and every other area is that it's very brightly lit, and so the grey panels reflect a lot of light, and they seem quite bright and not dark in tone when it comes to just printing out a picture. Alright, we've been here. That's the thing that unlocks this area. What's about?
The core sphere was one of the last special effects that we finished. To achieve this effect, the core uses animated textures, flow maps, normal map refraction and specularity, as well as volumetric particulate matter rendering, which takes advantage of the core being a sphere.
Right. I'm sure all those words meant something. There's also a lot of distortion. Technically, it would be heat distortion since it melted the thing, rather than disintegrating it and just leaving a cut out, like a bite out of the apple, as you know. Yeah. But we've beamed one laser from there, and that's a bit weird. Oh, there's another node there. And also we need to not die here. It's a bit weird that this, well, there's a lot of going on and I don't know where to start. One thing is that the core is going on here, whatever is going on, and then Combine is said to have come in and deliberately, well, not improved, accelerated at the rate of decay of whatever's going on. So there was something going on. Oh snap! You'll pay for this dearly. Well, they dealt a lot of damage to me. Right. So unbeknownst to anyone, Breen got into a bubble of some sort of liquid, seemingly. Are they gonna infinitely spawn? I would rather they didn't. Into a bubble, and we chased after him, and they opened portals, and gunships flew out, and that exploded everything and created a portal storm or something, and there's a hole in the universe right now, and that must have rattled the whole thing because that caused the core to become unstable, I guess, or it didn't. I'm losing the plot here. Because we went up there and things exploded, and you think, oh, things exploded, so they're now unstable. So obviously, it's gonna collapse, and we should come back in to stabilize it so that we get more time, so everyone can escape, including us, especially us. But we come in here, and the safeguards are disabled. Because they were enabled in the first place. So what was going on, what was wrong in the first place? That only now it's a problem because the safeguards are disabled is one thing. Second, well, this is a weird effect. Let's get to another place to enable it, and I'll mention that.
The higher contrast white Combine motif of the core sets it apart from the rest of the Citadel and heightens its importance within the visual style of Combine aesthetics. It also helps enhance the perception of heat and radiation in the space.
Yeah, also that reminds me of, first of the blue glow from the nuclear reactors, as everyone knows about. Second, the plutonium glow, oh fuck, the plutonium glow from the demon core, that's another thing. And thirdly, there are no light sources here, other than this beam, the core, this glowing off of heat, and the pellets. And yet the area is bathed in bright light, apparently, because the whole idea of the walls being this bright and this white, reflecting a lot of light. And our light, oh, that actually works the other way around. It gets brighter when I look at it, and it should be actually getting dimmer because the pupils constrict as opposed to dilate. So what the fuck is glowing so brightly exactly? Right, so let's get to another area with the laser. Oh, they'll be here probably. Yeah, so we can do that. Hopefully we haven't cut ourselves off. And so there is this also. Also there is this. And this is the whole thing. There we go. So, we've got... Oh, no one's coming through here? Not yet, at least. This section... Also, the aspect ratio is wrong, because this symbol is supposed to be circular, because it's core, it's radial. Also, this is not concentric either. You can see whether it's circular or not. It's only elliptical, because there is an overlay of the zoom in for the HEV suit. So, it's wrong aspect ratio. They squeeze the picture into a fucking phone screen, and now it's distorted. That's terrible. Like, I keep telling you, it doesn't matter what's the display shape, as long as it's large, right? If you've got the 4K from here to here, like a rectangle here, and it's 4K, you just have more real estate to display things, and you just have extra monitors here. But like I think there's a combination of like a ratio. It's not enough to just have a tiny screen with a massive resolution. That's not what you want. You want to see things well, and to see things well, they should be large. So it's not just that you need to squeeze more pixels in. That will improve the quality of the image when it comes to anti-aliasing, for instance. But it's not that you will see more when the screen is just smaller. That's just silly. So we've got this office space. Apparently, you'd think it's an office space. There isn't a desk. There isn't. Everything is operated standing up, which is ridiculous, just ridiculous. So there's this massive empty fucking room with this giant fucking device that's stored? Why is it stored? Why can you disable it? Stored in the floor behind an energy field specifically so that you don't fall in and soft lock yourself, essentially. And that comes out through this fucking giant window, beaming lasers to this little set portal, like a socket, something like a socket, beams energy, and that looks like it's draining it rather than beaming things to stabilize. Maybe that's fine, maybe, because like they're draining energy from the core, because the core is there to create energy, so they're taking the energy and utilizing it in the rest of the structure. So, and first of all, you've got those covers for the window, and then you've got the controls, and this massive window solely devised to look at the core and to see whether the beam is coming out. You already have the monitors. They're specifically called monitors, so you can monitor things on them. And the issue is, you don't need to look at the fucking core whether it's glowing or not. You've got all the readouts here. You're not gonna tell whether it's going critical just by looking at it, and when you notice it going critical, it's gonna be too late already. You don't know what the temperature is just by looking at things. You can just generally say, oh, this is very hot because it's glowing yellow. This is pretty hot because it's glowing red. This is quite hot because it's starting to glow red. And if it's like below this like temperature of 300 or something degrees, I'm not sure, but if it's below a certain temperature, it's not gonna glow, not in visible light. So you look at this thing, you don't know how hot your pan is when you're looking at it. Let's say I just turned the heating off. You don't know how hot it is. Whether you're gonna burn yourself, you're gonna burn yourself severely, whether you'll be able to boil water, or is it just pretty much cold, or just only warm to the touch as opposed to deadly killing you. So this entire device for nothing. I don't know. So that the Combine has a nice view. The only expression of art and aesthetical values in Combine architecture, like this view, for a nice view, for aesthetics and feelings nice about what you're saying. Sort of like in Mass Effect 2 when they're talking about collectors, how the collector base has no art, no nothing, only technology, specifically devised for utility. Yeah, man, I just want to left click and shoot a projectile to kill them. I can't, but I can pull the living bodies in from far away. It's very weird. Someone should mod that, if only I knew how. Then you would have an option, at least, like a tactical decision to make, when you can either pull a guy from far away and shoot him back and kill multiple people at once, maybe, as opposed to trying to shoot just one. but then also the fire rate of the gravity gun should change. I don't know if it would influence any puzzles if the fire rate was slower. Maybe the vent through which had like 4 orb generators. Oh, now that's a difficult thing. We're jumping in on that to get there. That's a safety concern. How do you get there any other way? Around, probably, through those places where we don't have access, through like this. But then why is it an option? Why isn't there a glass here, simply? Why do you need to physically overlook this with the ability to throw yourself in there too? I don't know. So I was saying with the 4 orb generators, pellet generators, I don't know if that wouldn't make it too slow for you to deflect them before they hit you, so that you don't die. And that would have justification because now the device is different and it serves different purposes, not only manipulating the world around you, but also this is your only weapon, and it's they essentially already said they say in the second thing too that they've leaned like there are sections where they should be challenged because the challenging gameplay gives you catharsis or whatever, the sense of accomplishment when you overcome the difficult challenge. So that's cool. But they leaned into a power fantasy where you just have this immense power in your hands with the gravity gun. So that might be something that they wouldn't want if the gravity gun worked a little bit differently. Like for instance, this is the rate of fire of this 0-point energy field manipulator. Maybe now it's a -1 point energy field manipulator, considering that it's changed and it's less than 0. Maybe it's more than 0. Maybe it's 1 point energy field manipulator. So that would have, well, then you would have different functions. Maybe you could pull a guy from further away and toss him in, but now he's generating those discharges. So maybe you could kill multiple people like that, but then it would be harder to kill multiple people like this. Also, it's semi-automatic like that when you've got a target. Well, when you hold, full auto is slower than semi-automatic.
The core was a central element of this part of the game, and as much as possible, we wanted to constantly reinforce its importance. Zigzagging through the space in 3 dimensions while navigating a variety of challenges let us present a few different visual and gameplay perspectives on the same space. By letting the player see the core from a bunch of different angles, we were able to give them a real sense of its scale.
Yeah, we went up all the way to it on the lower... Oh, there we go. Lower walkway... Oh, talking about walkways. On the lower walkway there, that was melting, which was an issue because it could have killed us. But also one of the things is you've got a solid... You're literally grounded, pretty much, when you know how far away from the ground you are, how large you are, because that gives you a sense of scale of yourself, how far away things are, and then you can judge whether the things that you're looking at are far away or just large. And it's a different... It's a... That's not something that's present in, for instance, Subnautica, when you always float. You've got 3-dimensional movement, and you don't know whether your face is this close to the ground because you swam to it and you're basically belly against it, pressing your belly against it and face against it, or whether you're in a certain sense of a distance of standing away from it, like that, right? When you get to the hole all the way to the ground, whether the rock that you're standing next to is... Are you crouching already underwater, or still in relatively standing up, if you know what I mean. What I'm trying to say is that it's harder to determine how big things are when you have no frame of reference, and one of the frame of references that FPS have is the ground, actually, and that helps a lot. In Subnautica, you don't have that. You often float in mid-water, mid-air, so the Leviathans, any other creature, you don't know how big they really are. Right, the core. I do hear the chatter, but I don't know where from, and whether they're gonna jump out. Maybe there'll be... Maybe, well, they're probably not behind this door, but since we've got the oven door... It always seemed to me like an oven door, considering that we're cooking with the pellets often as well. And they can cook you too. Right, so other thing, talking about getting associated with what I talked about back in the previous episode in a similar situation. I talked about Pokemon. I'm sure that you're interested in knowing what's up with my Pokemon career here. Playing different decks. New decks came out, new cards came out, new decks came out, new meta came out, new expansion came out, so all those things came out because of that. And I'm playing one of the decks from the previous meta, Joltik box they call it, which is weird because all the job is done by Iron Hands. That's what's supposed to be played. That's the most important card in your deck, not Joltik. Joltik just accelerates energy and pretty much nothing else other than if you whatever. I think more important, Iron Hands is more important than Joltik. Joltik is support for Iron Hands, not Iron Hands is just support for Joltik. Joltik does almost nothing other than support, which is important, but whatever. Anyway, so new cards came out, and the guys back then said, "This is a very good deck against the decks that develop slowly." Yeah, and most of my matches came across people or decks that don't develop slowly. So I've got a win-loss ratio of 1, which is suboptimal. Other decks went way better, like for instance Diplin deck, 1 prizer, second stage out of 3. It can deal a lot of damage, and it's also grass, so it kills dark decks pretty well too. So that has a better kill-death ratio than the Joltik box that was so praised. And also, I'm not done with Dragapult yet for this meta, so interested to see how this develops. But before...
The second ball tube presents a variation of the pattern the player learned in the first ball tube. While the first tube can be crossed slowly, by crouching and maneuvering your way up, the second ratchets up the pace, requiring a quicker, more responsive approach.
So you say, but we do have a new shield. Now all I need to do is grab it the right way. Oh, you don't want that. Right. So that's one. And the other important thing that's going on in the world, of course, is American politics. Funny that, imagine, something happened, I'm not sure. I'm not well informed on the situation, but I know the, not outcome, aftermath, more like, is the word that I wanted to use. Is the aftermath. The aftermath is... Which way are we going even? I'm gonna guess this way. If not, I'll just backtrack. I'm not gonna talk about much here, because it's allowed. Sure is more intense. I feel more intensified. Oh, we've got a bit of a respite here. Or respite. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's fine already. Oh, snap. Alright, so we're good. There are no secret areas in this game. No, there's just a generator of the pellets here, so I guess we're safe. I guess we got where we needed to go. So there we go. So American politics, what's going on is... Oh. And that's just visible here. Oh, and the glass is broken too. Oh, because we can... That's the idea, because there is no other way in or out until... Also, rigid body, so we can get the guy squeezed in. I often like doing that and see them fucking, you know, doing the usual. Oh well. Oh, that can't be right. Oh, we're going through here. Okay. Everything broke. But this time there's also a hole in the wall, which was not present up until this point. Can I just get another? No, something's broken. Okay, we're gonna explore the hole after all. So American politics is such that, I don't know what happened and I'm not well informed on the situation, but I've noticed that Elon Musk is tweeting shit on Donald Trump, which is weird because they were buddies, fucking each other in the ass. Fucking each other in the ass. How do I get up? I don't. How do I get more pellets then? Fucking each other in the ass and sucking each other's dicks. And Trump, being a millionaire, called up his millionaire friend to be millionaire friends and gave him a job out of nepotism because they're friends, and he decided to turn a country into a business and cut corners or cut expenses. So Elon was appointed, or like just given the job of doing that. As we all know, he's a dumbass and can't do that. I don't know how we're gonna do this, and I don't want the thing to spoil it. We need... oh, this way. This is still weird. It's like... speechless. How do you build this? It's a room with no entrance, because there's this already. Also, oh, now I see. That's one of the tricks where they give you a solution, and it turns out the solution is wrong because you were too quickly to act upon it. There's this room, and the only thing. Oh, this will lift me up. I see. Now I see. Yeah. There's a no. The puzzle is there's this room, right? And the only access to it is through the hole in the wall, which never was allowed. I guess stalkers and combine soldiers can just jump through the field, and it only works on me, which is dumb. If we've got mice, they're gonna get there. That's one thing. Second, this thing is powered by the orbs, but also this room holds 3 receptacles for those balls, and those balls just float here. So the guys set up these things, bring the balls over, the pellets, and then now it's powered, and now what? They're locked in. How do they bring the pellets over? They don't have a 1-point energy field manipulator, do they?
The goal of this logic puzzle isn't figuring out that you need to put balls in batteries. It's coming to the realization that, by filling all of them, you've denied yourself an exit, and that you have to desocket one, climb on the lift, and then resocket it. Sparks guide the player to the source of the balls, which happens to be the tube they just passed through.
Yeah, and the place is already fucked up as well. If only it was like... yeah. I don't think the initial plot of Half-Life 1... Half-Life 2 actually, episode 1. Yeah, we can have a straight shot. Makes much sense here. And there we go. I think that's a cool puzzle designs where they give you all the solution, all the pieces, and you find out the solution, but you like, I don't know how to call it. They're just like a problem. It's like it has a name. Where, for instance, there's a puzzle where you've got a box of matches and a candle, and you need to make the but there's no candle holder, so you need to make the candle stand up and also and also be lit up. Or when you enter the room and you've got a candle or an oil lamp and something else, a third thing that you need to light up. What's the first thing that you light up? The answer to the second one is the match. You have to start off with a match to light anything else. That's one thing. And second, with the first puzzle, the solution is that you have to use the box of matches as the holder. You pin because there's also like a box of thumbtacks, something like that. Thumbtacks. And what do you do? Well, you throw the matches out of the matchbox and you pin the matchbox to the wall and you stick the candle in there like that. So that's like one of the things. What like the containment of the puzzle is also a part of the puzzle, the solution. So this puzzle is cool, and there's going to be another one like that with the wires in I think the next episode. So another pellet. So dick sucking from Elon and Trump, of course. Yeah, and there we go. And now they open it. It's just held together with those weird, wacky, wavy arm flailing inflatable tube, man. So that's how it looks like when it's not fucking up. Oh, and I lost all the power, energy, and also our gravity gun is again a 0-point energy field manipulator, which means that we'll be able to find weapons possibly now. And it's just transparent, not even black. It might be like universe, the universe, when it expands, it creates particles because there's more something. I think it has some physics backing where there's more space, so there's more potential for things. So this potential is actually realized in forms of particles and dark energy. So when this expands, the dark energy actualizes into dark matter, something like that. Maybe I might be talking out of my ass because I'm not a physicist, but I think I've got what's the word that I said that they used? Premises to think that. So yeah, wacky wavy inflatable tube man, fucking tiny ass fucking wonky arms to move all that radiation resistant shielding from the window. Right. So back to Elon Musk. So he started tweeting shit on Trump, saying that he diddled kids on Epstein Island, and so they had a falling out. And it seems like I don't know if it's Photoshop, but I've seen pictures where Trump is now buddy with of the Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook fame. So maybe now he'll be maybe now he will be dealing with Doge and trying to save money off of the country. I think Trump is biting back at Elon too, but I think it'll be funny when Elon personally bans Trump again off of Twitter, because in his first term, Trump's term, he was banned off of Twitter, or when he stopped being a president, he was banned, because then he was using the POTUS account, I think, the official government Twitter account for the president, rather than his own. So he was banned for doing stupid shit because of his presidency once. Now he's gonna get banned for his stupid presidency second time off of Twitter because of Elon. That would be funny. I want to see that. Right, so we're all the way back in here, and we've got a new node, and we can just listen to it from here without triggering any cutscenes. So that will be it for today. I'm gonna approach Alex, if you know what I mean, and we'll see where that takes us. We're not gonna take that elevator down because that's already locked off. Are we gonna go up? I don't know. We'll see.
Monitor scenes, such as this video transmission from Dr. Mossman, aren't simply pre-rendered video. These scenes actually unfold live in an inaccessible section of the map, while being projected onto the monitor screen. Here's Dr. Mossman in the small Arctic base set. It's not nearly as far away from the Citadel's core control room as it appears to be in the level.
Well, considering that first off, no one can ever walk over there, and second, it's deliberately depicting a different area of the world with different weather too, winter and all. It's as far as it needs to be, right? You have to load it into the quote level unquote where you hold all the other areas, obviously. But yeah. Also, so yeah, because of that, it's a actual scene rendered around here instead of being a video projected on a screen. Entropy 0 and Entropy 02, specifically Entropy 02, could just rip the entire set of assets from there and plug it into their map as an area in which you do actually walk and get to. So yeah, modding, support for mods like that, something maybe.
Gordon!
Yes.
We did it!
And I'm wounded
The
too.
containment system's back in place. It won't last forever, but at least we've bought a little time. While you were in there, I did some poking around in the control data.
Uh-huh.
We're trying to start a chain reaction, all right.
Yeah.
Destroying the Citadel is just a side effect.
And it's just
Wherever they came from. I can't tell what the packet contains, but it's important enough that they're willing to sacrifice the whole Citadel to send it off. We need to get it back to my dad and Dr. Kleiner at the outpost right away. I've been pulling down a copy. Whatever it is, I have a feeling it's bad news for all of us. There's something else. It's Judith. Take a look.
good thing you're friends now.
I'm fairly sure I've pinned down the location of the project. It's hard to say how much of it might have survived intact, or whether there's anything remaining that could compromise our work. If it were to
Monitor
start a fire.
scenes, such as this video transmission from Dr. Mossman, aren't simply pre-rendered video. These scenes actually unfold live in an inaccessible section of the map, while being projected onto the monitor screen. Here's Dr. Mossman in the small Arctic base set. It's not nearly as far away.
Hey, who's that?
Control room.
Untextured. Right, I interrupted the cutscene to show you the recording live, and it's funny because now I see that the screen effect of distortion and signal loss, noise, is also physically rendered in the scene over there, not on the screen on our end. So now for the actual information about what's going on in the cutscene.
If it were discovered by the Combine, we'll need to take a close look at it, of course, but I should be able to give a better opinion within a few hours. If the site is where we think it is, then it should be no more than... I'm gonna cut this short. We may have been spotted.
Where the hell is she? She's in serious trouble. We need to get this and the transmission packet to my dad. He'll know what to do with it. The packet's done copying. I've got it right here. Now let's get the hell out of here.
Well,
I think they felt that.
right, I'm running all the way over here because last time I was carrying a battery, and now the wall chargers don't give you as much charge because it's 1.0 because of the gravity gun changed something energetically, something, right? That's the excuse. However, it's not in this level and I've lost it. It's just 15, but it's more than just 30, so also it did heal us up too, but that's it. So lost the battery after all. I don't know if it would be finally be able to be utilized if only I had carried it over here. That's one thing. And the second would be that this will be it for today. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully we will see each other in something I play for you for free. In the meantime, of course, interact with this video and every other video on my channel, preferably by watching and sharing it with your friends. Check out the RGB rave around the like and subscribe button. And if you don't like the content, it's entirely your fault. I see the sense of urgency has passed. I prefer you calm. She looks like she's got a broken arm, dude. Is that a bandage? What is this? Hello, Combine? Are you after us yet? I'm running in confidently as if I still have the overcharged 0-point energy field manipulator. This is closed too, so we're not going back there. Where is Alex now? Oh, there she is. As long as I'm moving, she's moving, huh?
Something tells me they don't want to bring their mail. This lift will take us to a train platform. If we can hitch a ride, it should take us straight out of the city.
Oh, that's one more thing.
Hey, the gravity gun's back to me.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, indeed. So now you're running a cover, and you're the adventurer. You're the strong, independent female, and I'm just a guy who needs escorting. Very cool. The train, last thing that she reminded me of, you might not hear it anymore. She reminded me of with the dog continually. They said during the meeting they made a joke. Did I talk about this already? They made a joke that, oh, how about dog throwing them over into the citadel, and they laughed it off, and then they had no more good ideas. So they kept coming back to that joke, and eventually they decided to utilize it. And there are criticisms that this does in fact look quite implausible. I outlined it how the whole car is very heavy, and the dog doesn't look like he can throw all this anyway, and a couch will be enough, and there are still train tracks below, so maybe we could have hitched a ride that way instead. And now we're having confirmation that we're gonna go get a train to leave Citadel. So suboptimal. We could have gotten into the train and sent the dog off, apparently, because like they said, the goal was to separate us from dog, and dog throwing us away from him is one way to do it. But if we took a train, then dog could have done it all himself. Well, it's still unrealistic, so see ya.